Now, I could come and tell you that the bike I have today is pretty cool, but that would not be the full story. I could also tell you that it has one amazing thing going for it. And yet, again, that would not be the full story. So, in a sense, just like this coin that I had to search really hard for, the QJ SRK 400, it's a story that has, well, two sides. Now, right off the bat, this thing looks pretty good, doesn't it? It is a striking design, and it's one of those designs where, you see it in pictures and it looks intriguing, and then you go and pick it up for a review like I did and see it in person, and that feeling stuck. Not bad. But did it? Now, the front, the middle, and that rear over there, the more you look at it, the more it feels like a weird mishmash of three separate motorcycles. To such an extent that I don't know what to feel about it anymore. And then you have the fittings, and they all sound impressive. There's a USD fork, twin petal discs, an offset monoshock, LED DRLs, a nicely sized instrument cluster. And that's all great, but for the kind of bike that it is, the instrumentation is very basic. And why is there a blue theme to this? It just feels like a step back in time. But it redeems itself. See, that right there, that has a 400cc parallel twin liquid cooled engine, and it is manic, it is absurd. It's wow. Do you remember the Benelli TNT 300? Well, it's essentially just that, just improved. And how? It is extremely tractable. You can do 40 kilometers per hour in 6th gear and one knock or stall. It's supremely refined, and it just has a maniacal top end. It is, I guess, 41 horsepower and 36 Nm on a curb weight of 186 kilos will do that to you.
You can't manage this, can't break this bar funded. Gotta keep my distance when you not 100.
But then there's the gearbox. This 6-speed unit could be smoother, and I definitely miss the inclusion of a slipper clutch. It's not a hindrance, mind. It's just that viewed in the light of this beautiful engine, you just kind of expect things to be on par with the transmission, at the very least. And then you have the way this thing picks up speed. It is an absolute rocket down a straight. You forgive the instrument cluster's basic nature because of, well, just how impressive the numbers coming out of it are. This is just such a blast on an open stretch of road. Until that is, you eventually hit a set of corners. Put it down to the subpar tires or something inherently built into the way the chassis has been designed, but the SRK 400 is not at peace carving corners. And it's not like this is a cruiser where that wouldn't matter. This is meant to be sporty. It's meant to corner carve, and it does, but only to a certain extent. The liveliness of the engine is nowhere reflected in its cornering prowess. It feels laborious, burdened, almost reluctant at times. And that is such a shame. And that's that about the SRK 400. Now there's just one last thing you need to factor in. It's a big one. You're gonna have to part with a lot of your money to get your hands on one of these. But when it sounds like that, all is forgiven, right?